Daily lesson in A Course in Miracles this morning, and I am going to start with just a recap of some of the previous lessons that got us to where we are today. Lesson 30. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. Lesson 31. I am not the victim of the world I see. Lesson 32. I have invented the world I see. Lesson 33. There is another way of looking at the world. Lesson 34. I could see peace instead of this. Lesson 35. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. Lesson 36. My holiness envelops everything I see. Lesson 37. My holiness blesses the world. Lesson 38. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. Lesson 39. My holiness is my salvation. Lesson 40. I am blessed as the Son of God. Lesson 41. God goes with me wherever I go. Lesson 42. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. Lesson 43. God is my source. I cannot see apart from him. Lesson 44. God is the light in which I see. Lesson 45. God is the mind with which I think. Lesson 46. God is the love in which I forgive. Lesson 47. God is the strength in which I trust. Lesson 48, there is nothing to fear. Lesson 49, God's voice speaks to me all through the day. And lesson 50, I am sustained by the love of God. Here is the answer to every problem you will confront today and tomorrow and throughout time. In this world, you believe you are sustained by everything but God. Your faith is trust is placed in the most trivial and insane symbols, pills, money, protective clothing, influence, prestige, being liked, knowing the right people, and an endless list of forms of nothingness that you endow with magical powers. All these things are your replacements for the love of God. All these things are cherished to ensure a body identification. They are songs of praise to the ego. Do not put your faith in the worthless. It will not sustain you. Only the love of God will protect you in all circumstances. It will lift you out of every trial and raise you high above every and all perceived dangers in this world into a climate of perfect peace and safety. It will transport you into a state of mind that nothing can threaten, nothing can disturb, and where nothing can intrude upon the eternal calm of the Son of God. Put not your faith in illusions, they will fail you. Put all your faith in the love of God within you, eternal, changeless, and forever unfailing. This is the answer to whatever confronts you today. Through the love of God within you, you can resolve all seeming difficulties without effort and ensure confidence. Tell yourself this today. It is a declaration of release from the belief in idols. It is your acknowledgement of the truth about yourself. For 10 minutes twice today, morning and evening, let the idea for today sink deep into your consciousness. Repeat it, think about it, let related thoughts come to help you recognize its truth, and allow peace to flow over you like a blanket of protection and surety. Let no idle or foolish thoughts enter to disturb the holy mind of the Son of God. Such is the kingdom of heaven. Such is the resting place where your Father has placed you forever. I am sustained by the love of God. Well, good morning, friends. Just checking in here on the chat. Brian, good morning. Soul Searching the Galaxy, blessings this morning. Good morning. The Great One, good morning. Dub Style, hello. We've missed you lately. A suggestion to look into the origins of the name of God. I think it's a German name from their gut name. His name is Yahweh. I've always said Yahweh, but I didn't know it was a German name. I didn't know I had roots in the German language. That's so interesting. Michael B. Yay. It's our spiritual queen. Oh, I love that. This is so interesting. Michael says the key is celibacy. Sex addiction is one of the worst drugs. I just want to take a moment to pause there. Michael, I so appreciate you bringing this up, y'all. This is not popular, what I'm about to say. So if some of you jump off, I'm not surprised. Um, one of the one of the surest pathways to experience God is the pathway of purity. And it doesn't mean that you abstain from all things, but there is something around taking that energy and taking the mental focus, the emotional focus, all of that energy that goes into sex and really focusing that and harnessing it. And there's also I've heard this as well that for men particularly, holding off on masturbation can really, really like that energy stays in the body. And then it's just a question of where do you orient that energy? And man, I love that you said that. There's a line a couple of times throughout scripture where it says, without holiness, no one can see God. And I've just experienced that to be so true in my life that on the other side of holiness, on the other side of purity, on the other side of the pursuit of God with a fervor and a passion, rather than almost like spreading your seed, spreading your energy, spreading it in all these different places that frankly aren't as worthy of an endeavor, we shall experience, we shall encounter God. And so the question is, do we want to? How badly do we want to? And are we willing to pay the price? Even just as simple as not even just the sex addiction, but the sleep addiction. Sometimes, so my mornings are really a sacred time for me. And, I wake up and I have to make the decision, am I going to get up or go back to sleep? Because sometimes sleep is entirely appealing, especially right, add in all the context for why we're justified in those moments. So I just, man, the, Michael, you brought up something really, really important in that, and I really appreciate it. Sammy, hello. Sammy, please know that Sammy is so very grateful to hear your voice. Please know we all adore you talking for Sammy, as it means so much. Um, when you take a little time. So Sammy is very broken with his diagnosis. Sammy, I'm so glad to see you. Oh my gosh, I have someone I just discovered. Oh, what is his name? Okay, I have somebody. I thought of you last night, Sammy, and I learned about someone that I never known before. What is his name? Hold on. I'm so excited. Okay, give me one video. But all right. So, Sammy, here we go. Okay. Let me try to share this with you. Okay. Sammy, there's a gentleman who was born without legs, without an arm, and on his other arm, he only has a finger. And I came across him last night and it just blew me away. And I just like got hooked on his Instagram account. He's 23 years old. And he is like the most inspiring person I've ever heard of. Um, so, Sammy, I hope you know that the great one said, Sammy, I was asking about you the other day. Brian says, much love, Sammy. I I just hope you know that one, you're thought of, two, you're loved, three, you have such a purpose for your life. And when I saw this guy, I was like, yes, I knew it. Like I knew it when I saw it that I knew you have a big mission. I knew you have a big reason for this happening. Um, this is not the end of the story for you. And I just wanted to encourage you in that. And I love that Brian and the great one jumped in because it's so true. You're so important. So just wanted to share that. um, Halem, thank you for joining. Um, Vika's, thank you. Dub Styles, sex demons are real. It really is so true. And I actually think the sex demons are real because what can come from intimacy is so profoundly beautiful and so profoundly important. So, because of its profundity, because of its importance, and the tenderness and the sacrility that should go into this act and this relationship, it also then has the power to destroy in so many ways. And isn't that the truth of anything? To the greatest extent of the light is also the greatest extent of the shadow. And so I think, y'all, that just reinforces this question of, today's lesson 50. I am sustained by the love of God. Whose love am I sustained by? And when we're outsourcing our love and when we're outsourcing our sustaining energy out there, man, it really positions us to be in a really dangerous place. Jammy Jam says, I abstain from alcohol, any thong at 18, except for my wife. I love it. Sugar, coffee, sugar, lying, foul language. That's the easy bit. The things you do are harder. Interesting. What a good perspective. Effectively, that which we abstain from, there could be a whole list, but then what do you do instead of it? I'm so glad you brought that up, Jamie Jim, because there's something around us saying, no, I'm not going to partake. But then are we redirecting that energy? What are we putting that attention towards? And that placement and that new target is just as important to identify, because the goal isn't to just not do all these things, but instead to do something better in its place. And that's probably one of the biggest lessons in my life was growing up, not growing up, but throughout my marriage. My husband and I didn't set a new target. We said we didn't want all these things. We didn't want to look like all these different types of relationships, but we never set a new target. And so then I'm pursuing one way of marriage in lieu of what I grew up seeing. He was pursuing another one in lieu of what he grew up seeing. And then the saying goes, you grow apart because a lot of times your target isn't the same. And so in order to grow quickly and also with focus and with intention, and I love the base root of the word intention, intentional. It's like this, it's every part of you, your mind, your soul, your being, every part of you is like in full force and full agreement towards this object and towards this aim. But we have to have clarity on the aim first. And so I just love like this today's lesson. I am sustained by the love of God really brings us back. It's like stripping away what is not. And then let's get back to the basics. Let's get back to the foundation of what is truly the thing we're sustained by. And then we can add from there. In so many ways, it's about removing the excess, removing the additional layers, getting so clear on what is the one thing, the thing that we want to orient our lives around. My darling brought up this example. He says we need to orbit our lives around a superordinate principle, God, rather than ever orbiting each other. And when we do have an addiction to sex or to anything, that's the thing we tend to orbit our life around. And so when we are truly sustained by the love of God, and then that becomes our orbit, then when something goes wrong in the external world, we're not as thrown out of orbit. We could still kind of maintain our circumnavigation around our superordinate principle. Kyle, it's good to see you. He says, oh man, it was a stiff morning. Oops. I don't know what happened, but Sammy will be able to say hi. We are all just adjusting his neck brace and his ventilator, and then we will put a straw in front of him to say hi. I'm so glad. I'm excited to see you, Sammy. Oh, I'm so glad you're here now, Sammy. My name is Sammy too. Oh, the great one. I love that your name's Sammy. Sammy, we have another Sammy here. I drink vitamin C and hot milk. That actually sounds really good. The man in the hat. I'm at work, had a moment, wanted to say good morning. Good morning. Oh, good job last night. For those of you who didn't join, we played trivia last night. Man in the Hat slayed. 80s movies are his thing. Viking, father knows best, but what mom says goes. We seek God because everyone is suffering from father issues. Interesting. It is interesting. I was hosting a men's retreat, and they're all the men. There were 5 men, and each one their father had left them. And it wasn't me, bringing everybody together with intention. That's just how it kind of ended up. And isn't that how it always works, where we're all exactly where we're supposed to be? And man, it was so interesting. It was interesting witnessing the father wounds, but also there was a little bit of the way that they viewed their moms We're all very different depending on how the mom's engaged with it. And for some of them, there was almost like a spite towards their mothers because of how their mother showed up, which was very weak. Or it was like, my mom is the coolest, best person ever because did the hardest, she did the hardest thing. So it was really interesting because it's not just father issues, but it's also a lot of times we can have a predisposition towards women in general if you didn't have a strong man in your life. Um, Halem, thank you. Um, hmm. Carl, I'm not sure what that is, but I hope you stop. I'm sorry. Um, The Breakfast Club is good. Eman Castle, good morning. I need to watch that. Everybody was talking about it last night, and it came up a couple of times, and I was like, man, this is the one that I need to see out of all of them. Sammy, I hope you are doing so well. Um, I hope you're doing better. I'll just say that. I really hope that this morning you're able to just watch that video that I sent. Let me find out this guy's name though. Um, Let me go back. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna find out the name of this guy because Sammy, I think that you would feel so inspired um, by looking at what's his name? Oh, it's my friend who I saw him on his story. Darn, where did I find this? Oh well, I'll find it. Come back tomorrow. Look at the video that I sent you, and then I'm sure. Okay, I'm just gonna Google it. Okay, here we go. I just found it. Oh well, then there's another guy, Nick Visicic. He was born, and he has a nonprofit organization, Life Without Limbs. Wow, this is so cool. So he's one guy. Let me just share my screen so you can see. Guys, this is really cool. Sammy, in so many ways, we're never alone. You know, like, oh, okay, let me try to move this. This is Nick. That's so cool. And yesterday I learned about another guy um, who was born without legs. So, guys, it's just so cool how the things that can be the most painful in our life can be the very thing that we discover why we're here, you know? And if we allow pain to mold and shape us, there's so much good we can do as a result of our pain. It's just a question of, am I going to be willing to let that happen? And we can't let that happen until we do the work to heal. You know, so much of it is, are we willing to kind of like go into our body and experience the pain that is necessary to then get through it, to come out on the other side. Um, okay, just looking through here. Jammy Jam Jam. My parents were addicts. Wow. I was hooked on Class A as a child and lost the early part of my life. Wow. Years later, I love everyone as much as I can so that no poison gets passed on through me. Man, Jammy Jam Jam. That's so powerful. Talk about a testimony. You know, I I'm so grateful for you sharing that. You love everyone as much as you can so that no poison gets passed on through me. Guys, we have the power to change generationally. Like our choices today has the power to translate down into our children and children's children. So wild. It's so cool. Jammy Jam Jam, thank you for sharing that. Wow. Wow, Viking Lloyd, there are 4 types of fathers: stepfathers, biological, adopted, and we all share the same heavenly Father. That's so beautiful. Wow. Um, the man in the hat. I did not typically partake in things like last night. Your vibe and energy truly made it enjoyable. I had a great time. Thank you. Oh, yay! I'm so glad. Yay. Um, Viking Lloyd, tell me about your father. Oh man, my dad, oh, I love that you asked. My dad is just exceptional. He himself didn't really grow up with a strong dad. His dad was known as his name was Martin, and everybody called him Party Marty. And like, I don't think it wasn't like he was like addicted to drugs or anything, but he just was never home and loved having a fun time. And if he was home, he would always have friends over. So he just was never present in so many ways. Like he never was emotionally present. Never drew my dad out. My dad just like never really experienced him as a dad. If my dad wanted to get to know him, he had to like go engage with his dad on his terms, and my dad was the complete opposite. And it was so interesting because he has 6 kids. I'm one of 6. I love my family. There's a lot of us. And my brother called my dad the other day because my brother is like full on dad mode and just like I think it's like in over his head a little bit underwater. And he called my dad the other day, and my dad said something which was just so profound. And I want to like, honestly, I'd love to have my dad on the show and talk to us about this if you guys would be interested. Um, my dad said the only way that I could do it, like basically give so much of myself, was because the part of me that was effectively selfish was already dead. Like we have to let the selfish, there's like that green monster in all of us in some ways. Some ways it's good that, we do need, there's 7 different forms of love in the Greek language. And one of those is flauta, which means self-love. And that actually is like preserving and protecting ourselves to ensure that we are giving from our full cup. So that's important. But my dad, he attributes his ability to just be such a present father by and to the fact that like that green monster of selfishness and greed, and that was already dead. He was really able to come into our family and just love on us kids and really put aside selfishness. And it's really remarkable because he gave everything, and so did my mom. And I think that was something that really bonded them both, was that it wasn't like, "Oh, I need me time." It was very much so they were so committed to us children. And like this lesson for today, I am sustained by the love of God. They both adhered to that mantra, and that's how they chose to like value and structure their lives, so that when my dad came home from work, he was just getting started with the family, so he would take a power nap to ensure that he had what he needed that evening to um really invest in the kids. So it was such a gift. I'm so so grateful. Having a foundation of love is huge. And I don't think, I'm thinking when hopefully we'll have kids. I'm really committed to those first 7 years are so important. And so I'm really committed to, whether it's being a stay-at-home mom and like working from home or something, but I just know those 7 years are so formative, and my parents did a beautiful job with those first 7 years for every single one of us in a really profound way. Um, the great ones. Christine, would you visit Sammy on stream? You mean have Sammy join? I totally would. Um, mm, Sammy, God bless you. God bless your voice. Sammy and all of us want to know how much your voice helps, as Sammy wants you to tell every about everything, and your voice does so much amazing inspiration. Sammy, thank you so much. I would love to have you on here if you'd be interested. Um, Even just for a few minutes. And I don't know if you would like that, but if you would, the great one asked if you would come on here. So if you would like to, I would love to have you, and I would love to pray for you here on the stream. And um, it would just be really inspiring. So it's up to you, my friend, but would be very honored if you would join. Um, Frank says sometimes you'll get exactly what you prayed for, and it will scare you because once you have it in your hands, it's under your control, and that level of responsibility can be overwhelming. Wow. This is so important. Frank, I'm so glad you brought this up. Sometimes you'll get exactly what you prayed for, and it will scare you because it's what you have. Because once you have it in your hands, it's under your control, and that level of responsibility can be overwhelming. Frank, I actually think I needed this morning. There was Michelle. I think it was Michelle came on earlier this week, and we were talking about self-sabotaging. And I think that this level of that I actually self-sabotage in this way. because of the responsibility that comes. And so I'm just so grateful that you said that you brought this up because this is a good mirror moment for me. Anytime I like something hits me and I feel something emotionally, I'm like, I need to lean into that. So thank you. That's so good. Y'all, what are we afraid of? Oof. Um, so in all your prayers, pray for wisdom too, so you know how to handle your blessings. Wow, what a word. Soul searching the galaxy. Hello. Agape and filio is the most important of these in order to understand perfect love. I love that. And agape is I think that's the unconditional love. I think. Cinder V, hello. I'm so glad you're here. Um, mm, Viking Lloyd, I believe someone has to stay home with a kid. Stay at home fathers have a bad rap. I know they do. And oh, my alarm is going off and I'm like, where is it? And it's in the bathroom. Um, I I really believe that so much of gender roles, like, man, stop looking at everybody else. What has God called you to do? You know? And I think that's the most important thing. What is on my heart? What do I feel called to? Um be I don't know, a bank top, I think is what it is. That's so funny. Um If both parents are working, the devil becomes the babysitter. Woof. I don't. I feel like that's really really strong, and I'm sure that that has been the case sometimes. I could imagine like maybe you have a grandmother who comes in and is just a saint, But and both parents working, it's a privilege these days to be able to get away with staying at home. I know not everybody can, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. I agree. It's important. Sai, good morning. Just dropping in. I'm so glad you're here. Morphal, Morph? I'll just call you Morph. Morph, good morning. Thanks for joining. Y'all, I am wrapping up here. Sammy, come join us tomorrow and let me know if you would like to come on the Knowing Show, and we will figure out how to get you on here. Um, Guys, thank you so much for joining. Remember today's lesson, I am sustained by the love of God. I actually am going to go do the practice period with this right away. These moments right after we jump off are like, I need to honor these. So I'm saying this out loud because I'm gonna turn off and just do that right here, right now, here in my little chair. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Sammy, God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And y'all, thank you for joining. I will see you later today. I have a guest tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Um, I don't think I have any shows throughout the day. No. Okay, great. So I will see you tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and I will see you soon.